Welcome to another video edition of Pro Paintball Weekly, and this is our segment called Face the Money. With us on the other line, we have Art Mendoza, owner of Miami Rage, and should we say now the first place Miami Rage from the last NPPL Super 7 in Boston. Art, thanks for hanging out with us, sir.
No problem, Evan. No problem. Anytime.
All right, Art. The first question I think everybody wants to know, and is first on my mind. I don't know where you were during the last game, but it's a game apiece, pretty much tied up. It's the last game, playing the Naughty Dogs in the finals. What did it feel like when you guys pulled off that win?
I can't even explain it. It was euphoria. I guess the adrenaline. The adrenaline must be the highest you could get, because everybody on that field was just on another level that is unexplainable. Unexplainable. Chino had a smile and Oda had a smile, and those two guys never smile. So it was just a feeling that I can't even describe, and hopefully I'll be able to describe it in the near future, because we'll just be so accustomed to it.
Well, that leads into our next question, Art, and again, you're leading in perfectly here. Consistency has been somewhat of an issue with you guys, and it seems you're up 1 minute, down the next, and I don't know how frustrating that is for you as an owner or for some of your sponsors. Do you think you have the key ingredients now to make this a regular happening?
Evan, that's a lot of people say that consistency is up and down, but I beg to differ. The last 5 NPPL events, we have a 60% finals, appearance. We in the last 5 events, we've been in the finals 3 times. Most other pro teams, besides Dynasty and Excessive, obviously, would kill for that. So in my eyes, we're not an inconsistent team. Miami, we had a lot of problems, like in the last interview with the Hurricanes. So besides that, but now you're talking about 4 tournaments, So I think we're a real consistent team. I think now that Rosie's come along with a great reffing, that you'll see what Rage has to offer all the paintball fans. And we should be, obviously making Sundays every week now. Being in those top 4 positions, and trying to take the first place away from Excessive.
I gotcha. And actually, Art, I have to tell our fans watching, Art does not have any idea what questions I'm asking, but he's leading into these perfectly. Let's talk about the reffing. Usually that's always a sore subject, except for the winners, of course. But I don't know, this event, I haven't really heard the normal backlash that I hear. What was your opinion on the reffing?
The reffing was excellent. Rosie's a professional, and he just came in, and it just goes to show you what kind of guy he is, that on the first event, we win, and everybody knows, and it was written in all the magazines what happened to us in Tampa. Even though that kept, that wouldn't have put us in the semis, but it just goes to show you the bias that we think at least we had against us. And finally, all the press and you guys that write the articles wrote about it, saying how horrific it was. But Chuck stepped it up, brought in Rosie. It was a great event. It was ref great. I play on the Division I team, and I have a lot of our guys that shop at my store and stuff are all Division II teams that we sponsor in 3, and there was no complaints from any of those guys, and that's what's important. Not the pro division, it's those divisions that are important, because the pro division, obviously they're going to work on that reffing, but all the other divisions, from what I hear and the word going around, were ref never perfect, but much better than the past.
Gotcha. All right, next question for you here on Face the Money. We're talking with Art Mendoza, owner of Miami Rage. And for those of you folks that don't know, Art plays on the Division I squad. I guess that's Straight Killers, I believe I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Do you kind of have an itching to want to jump up and step up to the pro team, or now that everything's clicking, you just want to leave that alone?
No, I'm not on that level, I don't even play that many games with my team, I just have a good head for the game and play a couple of games just to get the itch out. But no, the pro team, I'm not on that level, and I don't ever expect to be. I just let those guys do their thing, and it makes me feel just as happy watching them win as they are winning.
Gotcha. All right, next question for you, Art. Let's talk about some of the new players. There's been reports that you guys have been, shifting kind of, I guess we called it on the show earlier, the bad apple, so to speak, or the hotheads or whatever, and it always seemed like you guys were your own worst enemies. Tell me about some of the new players in this new mix. And I don't know, is it more of just an attitude change, or just a few key guys, or how many people have come and gone, and obviously the core's still the same. But let's talk about some of those new players.
Well, we picked up, Kenny, Travis, Jason, Marky, and Ziggy, and those guys are all great players. I guess some of them have some bad rep, and we have a bad rep as a team, but all of them are individuals. They speak their mind, and that's what we were looking for. We don't want any people that are going to sit there and not express their opinion, you know, because maybe they have something to say that might add fuel to the fire of us winning, you know. So our team, you know, everybody speaks their mind, everybody's decision counts, and we don't have any cliques on our team, you know. There's obviously one guy, Adrian, pretty much makes the decisions on who plays and who doesn't and who's on the team and who's not. But besides that, you know, we just have him because if not, it'll get a little bit out of control. But we're not like, you know, I see all these other teams, you know, there's cliques within the teams and stuff. We're not like that, you know. We just go out and win. And, I mean, just a little tidbit of, for people that don't know, their flight got delayed and they didn't even get to the field till Friday at 7 o'clock. So they did this without walking fields, Evan. So that just goes to show you the kind of talent we have on our team.
Excellent. All right, we're running out of time here. One last question for you. Let's talk about, this is something that Chris and I often talk about on the show and go back and forth. Let's obviously you guys are not, from my understanding, not playing in the NXL, so you're just pretty much focusing on the MPPL. Do you think that is to your advantage now, as it seems the divide is coming where it's getting a lot more difficult for teams to play successfully in both venues?
Yeah, I think it definitely is an advantage to us. You know, we concentrate on a 7-man, and that's pretty much it. You know, and it has to do with the money, and not even anymore. It just has to do with, like, our guys' work. Paintball's not their lives, so they couldn't get that time off. But it definitely, you know, our players don't go into the 7-man with Expo mentality, which is a downfall to some of those teams, some of those great teams. But it just goes to show you how good they really are because they win in both leagues. But, yeah, I definitely think that's an advantage to us, only playing the 7-man, because, you know, we focus on 7-man, which is more the fundamentals of paintball, you know, as opposed to the robotics of having a coach and stuff. So, yeah, I definitely think it's an advantage, and it's a great point you made.
Excellent. Well, that's all the time we have. We'd like to thank Art Mendoza from Miami Rage for joining us here on Face the Money.